Hello, my friends. Welcome. I am taking it easy on my voice. I do have a voice today, so it's not a Sunday stream, or it's not a silent stream, but it is going to be a little bit quieter than it sometimes is. So let me actually, now that I'm saying that, make sure you can hear me okay. Yeah, I'm going to check levels right now. Okay. Levels are pretty good, but I'll turn them up just a little bit more. Let me know if that's peaking at any point, but I turn them up a little bit more so that I can be a little bit more reserved. I have my tea. I have my honey lemon tea. I also have water to hydrate.
You have returned.
I leave for CES. Today's going to be a little bit of a quickie Sunday stream because I'm going to have to leave to go to the airport right after this stream. But I leave for CES today, and I would say my voice is like 70% back. Are we going to slay the narrator today? I mean, maybe. Thank you. GDK says sounds good to me. Thank you. I'm trying really hard not to push it. Every time I ever go to a convention in Las Vegas, it's so dry there and there's so much smoke there. And especially when it's cold this time of year, you've got the heat running all the time in the hotel room and it just obliterates your vocal cords. Plus, you're trying to talk over everybody at the loud convention show floor. So going into it not at 100% is not great. So I'm really trying to baby it. I'm not going to use the robot voice today. And yeah, high winds and the airport doesn't seem like a good combo, especially because I'm flying Jet SweetX, which is tiny planes. So I'm anticipating the plane getting blown around a lot when we try to take off and land. Well, I guess just taking off out of Cali. Yikes. Yikes. I should just use an air horn.
You have returned.
Dante says you should have rested your voice today, but I appreciate the effort. Well, I did complete vocal rest last Monday and Tuesday, and that was really difficult. That's when we did our silent stream. And ever since then, I've just really been trying not to push it.
Have returned.
But I asked out on, I asked on Twitter for everyone's vocal remedies. So thank you to everybody who suggested honey lemon tea, which I've been doing nonstop. Throat coat tea, I don't like the taste of it, but like I'll do it if I have to. It's not my favorite. I prefer honey lemon decaf tea. And someone gave me like this tea I had never heard of. A couple people were like, use this Chinese tea that I'd never heard of. So I ordered that. It won't get here before I'm gone, but it'll be here when I get back. And shout out today for the wonderful advice. But she recommended this like personal voice humidifier. It's like this little handheld device that you breathe in cool mist. And I definitely already ordered that. Again, that's going to get here while I'm at CES. But at least moving forward, what I'm hoping is that it will help keep my voice in better shape so I won't get vocal fatigue as often as I do. I get it pretty often, and maybe it's because I get too hyped and too excited on stream. I don't know. I get it pretty often, so I want to make sure that I'm taking good care of things. Huge thank you. My goodness. Foo2099, thank you for the resub. Wizzy86, thank you for the resub. And Be Right UK, thank you for the sub bomb, my friend. Appreciate it. Thank you for gifting so many subs in chat. Whiskey and lemon is good for the cold. I've been avoiding caffeine and I've been avoiding alcohol because I know they can dry out the vocal cords. So Lucas says, what happened to your voice? I got a cold.
You have returned.
I got a cold and it just destroyed my throat. And now I'm going on almost 2 full weeks.
Returned.
The cold started about 2 weeks ago. And my voice still sounds like this. And I'm like, y'all, I can't do that. Thoreed, thank you for the resub. Jay McGraw, thank you for the resub. Appreciate you all so much. Thank you for being here. Thoreed, we're going to video chat. I love it, my friend. Yeah, winter colds are no fun. Winter colds, especially when you use your voice for your living. Like, I guess I'm kind of more in the category of like people who do public speaking for a living than people who are voice actors or singers. So somewhere in the middle.
Have returned.
But when my voice goes, it's like, oh no, I need that. But I need that. Mr. New York Cali says, when in doubt, gummy bears and lozenges will help on the go. I do have lots of Ricola packed for the trip. Portable humidifier. I'm excited to get that in the mail. Again, it won't be here for CES. I'm actually bringing a little hot mist humidifier with me to CES just to like have in the
A
room.
new subscriber. Come, steel yourself.
I could cosplay
We
as
are
Darth
building
Vader
an army.
at CES. That would be perfect. Iridel, thank you so much for gifting a sub. Sensei6375, welcome back. What is CES? That's a great question. The lacrosse player CES is the International Consumer Electronics Show. It is the biggest convention that I go to, hands down. So everyone, every like startup, from startups to really big companies that make electronics for you to buy, they almost all go to CES. And so it's really fun for me because I get to see a lot of tech that isn't necessarily on sale now, but is coming down the pipeline, or sometimes is just a prototype or a concept for things that are coming down the pipeline. So like I've seen just like mind-blowing tech in all categories, from cars to audio to televisions to smartphone. Doesn't usually do a lot there. Sometimes they do fun concepts, to gaming, to VR, to AI, to robotics. Like it's all there. And I'm excited. And new PC components and stuff like that. Am I going to stream from CES? No. The internet bandwidth is terrible. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I will be on the Daily Tech News Show on twitch.tv/gooddayinternet on Wednesday, live from the CES floor. So you can find me there. They have it. Oh no, Daika says the COVID electronics show is the name I've been hearing a lot. Be safe. Thank you. Everyone gets sick at COVID. Everyone gets sick at CES anyway, even before COVID. Like, it was just a thing. Like, back when I worked for Philly D, when we would go to CES, it was like, well, we all know we need to take off a week after we get back because we're going to have con flu. Like, and that was way prior to COVID. So, yes, because people are coming in from all over the world and packed in a convention center, it's just like
steel yourself. We are building
germ
an
city.
army.
So don't worry, I've packed a lot of masks. And yes, Daily Tech News Show with Tom Merritt. Exactly. I guest on the show from time to time, but usually virtually. And so this will be the first time that Tom and I actually get to meet in person. That's going to be exciting. Someone did redeem a stretch. Primordial soup, yes. Yes, and yeah, I will. I brought lots of masks with me. Now, of course, when I'm filming, I can't wear a mask. But at least, like, walking from one convention hall to the other, and, like, in the casinos and stuff, I actually really like, this is funny, this is something I never knew I really liked until pandemic. But I really like masking up in the casinos anyway, because then I don't smell as much of the smoke. I know that sounds like such a baby thing to say, but I don't like inhaling the smoke the entire time I'm there. It's so much. Austin, I told Nate I'm at about 75%. About 75%. Pyroific, you can still smoke in casinos in Las Vegas. Yeah, I do, and the smoke is bad for your voice too. So Dante says, are there no smoke-free zones? My asthma tolerates zero smoke. Not in Vegas. I don't smoke, no. But I don't like smoke. I don't like to inhale other people's smoke. Not good. Thank you, Austin. I've got my honey lemon tea here. It helps. But yeah, so CES is a wonderful show. I mean, I've already in years past seen TVs that like roll up like a big roll of wrapping paper and then you just unroll them and it's a TV. Like, or I've seen TVs where like depending where you're sitting in the room, you can be watching two completely different shows with just headphones or earbuds in to hear your separate audio. Like stuff like that that you're like, I don't even know if this will ever come to market, but it's really cool. And it's really cool to see it working. Oh, Austin redeemed cleaner glasses. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Maface says, I'm surprised there's no smoke-free casinos. You know what? If you look it up, there might be. But in Vegas, you are allowed to smoke indoors. You're also allowed to walk around in public, like outside with open containers of liquor, which you're not able to do in other places. There's all sorts of stuff. I think prostitution's legal in Vegas. Like, there's all sorts of stuff in Vegas that's like, ooh, different than other places. But yeah, CES is really cool. Oh, yes. Mr. New York Cali says, CES, steal me the entire Samsung booth since they usually go all out. They do, but every time I get a press tour at the Samsung booth, all they want to show me is the smart home stuff. And I'm like, I don't care that you made a fridge that can talk to me. Or I don't care about the demo where it's like if everything is hooked up to Samsung smart things, you can say, good morning, house. And like the lights come on and the music plays and all the blinds raised. Like it's cool. But also I've seen it before. And also to make it work, you have to buy 100% into that ecosystem. And that's the same for any smart home ecosystem. Oh, Megalithic says, escorts are legal parts of Nevada, but not in Vegas itself. Thank you. Oh, really? There's going to be really good soundbar tests, Lucas. When I go, there's always like different rooms you can go in. Like they're like sound cocoons that you can go in and they'll demo their audio tech and they only let a couple people in at a time. It's really cool. Happy New Year, Nazo. I'm okay. I wish that my voice was a little better, but I'm okay. But yeah, I am very excited for CES. So tonight is the first event that I get to go to where I'm going to see new stuff. I already have my eye on like a robotic manicurist to paint your nails, a robot to paint your nails for you, and stuff like that. Daika says, is there a big thing at CES to look forward to, or is it general stuff like TV soundbar? For me, the big thing at CES is always whatever is completely different than things I've already seen. I like the really weird stuff. Corgi, I will be posting on my YouTube channel. Yeah. Thank you for the level 6 hype train. That means we have to do a giveaway. Let me get that going. Giveaway time. Thank you all so much. If they did make robot escorts at CES, they would call it sexual health. It would be a sexual health robot or something like that. There's always a whole section on, what do they call, is it called sexual health? I forget what they call it, but there's always a whole section of products like that as well. I have a kid. Just one. 2 years ago was the first time CES had a dedicated streamer gear section. That's actually, I will definitely keep my eye out for any kind of like IRL streaming solutions outside of what are currently known. Okay, giveaways. Subscriber luck is always twice what it is for non-subscribers, and that's my way of thanking you for supporting the channel. Let's see what I have to give away today. I have a PC code, a PC game code, and all you have to do, let's see, let's just have...
You have returned.
Okay, the keyword to enter the giveaway is free game. All one word, all lowercase, free game. Maverick Zero, thank you for the resub and welcome back. So go ahead and enter for your chance to win the free game. Thank you for the level 5 hype train. Oh, I see Mr. New York Takali says the adult area of CES was moved to the AVN Expo. Made that transition in the early 2000s. Well, I will tell you, I've only been going since 2012. Well, no, maybe before that. 2000. No. Man, how long have I been going to CES? Probably since 2008. And since I've been going, every year there's a sexual health area of CES. So they haven't fully transitioned it. Because they always hit me up as a woman to be like, please promote our sexual health product. Please promote our sexual health product. And I'm like, no, I'm good though. Thank you. The AVN Expo used to be held at the same time as CES. And, ooh, baby, that was a weird amalgamation of people. It was like nerdy tech people and adult entertainment people all in Vegas at the same time. And it was it was something else, let me tell you. Baralzi, welcome back. CP says, sounds like a good time. No, it was a great time. It would just be really funny when you're like, oh, I'm like at this nerdy tech networking mixer where like everybody's in suits and has glasses. And then like someone would show up in like sequins and, you know, very flashy, very scantily clad, very va-va-voom. And it'd be like, whoa, just because it was so different. But, you know, to everybody's credit, everybody was like, welcome to the party. Tech people know how to party. But it was just very funny. It was like, you could clearly tell who was for which convention. It was very funny, though. Okay, good luck to everybody who entered the giveaway. I'm going to draw a winner now. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Okay, here we go. The winner is Inacub. Inacub, congratulations on your win. I will Twitch whisper you right now with your Steam code. And if you already have the game that I send you or the code is a duplicate for any reason, please let me know. Okay. Also, I hope I said your name correctly. Gotcha. Boom. And again, thank you everybody for the level 5 hype train. You're amazing. Frequency says, what things do you see in the health department, like regular toys or anything that would make them smart? Oh, it's always something that would make them smart. Like, like in the sexual health department, you see a lot of, I remember one year there was a device that, and I think I've talked about this on stream before, but there was a device that, it was for long distance partners. So it measured, you wore like a band around your wrist that would measure your heart rate. And the faster your heart rate got, the faster the device for your partner would go. And you could both wear that so that the goal was that everyone would finish at the same time. So there's always some kind of smart thing to it, if you will. Which I was like, neat idea. In fairness, neat idea. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff like that. In terms of regular smart health, like holistic smart health, this year I know I'm going to look at a new smart ring for women. I haven't actually gotten hands-on with it yet, but it's supposed to track and monitor and also give you insights on a lot of stuff. That looks pretty cool. 5G enabled would be weird. One year, one of the weirdest things I saw was this robotic seal that you were supposed to cuddle with to calm nerves. Like people who were stressed or had anxiety, they could cuddle with this robotic seal to make them feel better. And they had all this data on, like, the seal had facial recognition. So depending what you were emoting, it would respond to that. And they had all these statistical data on, like, on seals not upsetting people. Like, some people were upset by dogs, some people are upset by cats, but, like, seals were, like, universally no one's upset by this. So that was kind of interesting. I always see a lot of stuff that reminds me of Rosie the robot from the Jetsons, where it's like, I'm your AI assistant, watch, tell me what to do and I will do all the stuff. There's a lot of that. One year there was a dress that looked like an exoskeleton, and based on your pulse and your body temperature and the amount of sweat on your skin, it could shoot spikes out in all directions. And so a lot of media were covering it, like, if you if you go on a date and the other person is getting too pushy, you can, spikes shoot out. So not like shoot out, like propel out, but like the shoulder pads would go from like this to this. So it wasn't like a ranged weapon, but it was like just spikes would come out in different directions. And it was like, if you go on a date and the person you're with is getting too forward or pushy, and it notices, if the dress notices your heart rate and your pulse and your sweat rise, it is like this defensive dress. And it looked very like insect-like, the dress itself. It looked like a very alien insect-like thing, and it looked super cool. But again, that was just, it was something super weird that you wouldn't expect to see. This will probably never get made to the point where people can buy it, but like, what a weird idea. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I like seeing at CES. Like, stuff that I'm like, I would have never thought of that, but like, it's cool to see a working prototype of that. That's the stuff that gets me excited, right? More so than just like, we've got a new TV. It's slightly better than last year's TV. That's not exciting to me. It's exciting to me when it's something completely wild. Hugging friends would be an extreme sport. It absolutely would. But yeah, I don't think that skeleton dress is ever getting made, but here, wait, I can find what it looked like, because it got a lot of press the year it was there. Let me see. CES skeleton dress. No. Oh, here it is. Let me open this. That's what it looked like. Isn't this bizarre? That's the kind of stuff that I'm like, man, that is some weird stuff. Dark Lamba says, I got to admit, I never previously followed CES. It's cool. No, Austin, it's not for cosplay. It was like probably cost millions of dollars to make that working prototype. But yeah, there's some weird stuff at CES, man. It might have been 3D printed. Kind of crab shell looking. Yeah, not practical at all. But yeah, the wireless TV that Displace is the name of the company showed last year. It's a completely wireless TV. I think they're supposed to show something new this year, which that's cool. Like, that's something that I feel like in 5 years might actually come to market. So it's completely wireless. I don't know how they do HDMI and stuff like that, and I don't know how often you'd have to charge it. Like, I have all these questions, but in terms of wall mounting, so much easier to wall mount a TV that has no wires that you have to run through the wall or whatever. So that's interesting. There's also always cool new stuff that they do with flexible screens. Like the same tech that's in foldable phones, doing that for TVs. I've seen a lot of companies do like wearables where like it's like a baseball cap and the whole front half of it is a TV, but it's like flexi in the same way of the flexi screens of foldable phones, but like on your hat, so you could like have like a video playing on your hat, or like play your company advertisement or billboard with movement or something. Like a lot of that stuff is very like, okay, neat that you can do it. Do I think it's worth upgrading to a sound bar versus TV speakers in a small room? Pyroific, in my experience, TV speakers usually... you mean like built into your TV? Soundbar is going to be nicer than built into your TV. But speakers all the way around your room, like physical surround sound, is going to be better than a soundbar normally. However, I've seen demos of soundbar systems at CES that have made me question that. Yeah, soundbar sub and rear surrounds. That's the way to do it. You could have a video on your midriff like a Teletubby. I guess you could. Maybe for cosplay. That would be very cool. St. Clair says, I'm hoping this year e-ink devices are more available. Color e-ink started making moves years ago, but it's not common enough yet. And that's a sector I'm not really into at all. But if I see anything, I'll let you know. But yeah, a lot of times I get to see cool health stuff that's like I remember CES when they first started talking about fall detection being put into wearables, and heart rate monitors being put into wearables with medical grade sensors. There's the rub. Because like a lot of these wearables we have now don't have medical grade sensors. So like smart wearables with medical grade sensors, in terms of like if you have someone older that you take care of, or they insist on living on their own and you're worried about them falling and stuff like that, like that's really cool that like you could get a notification if something happened to your parent or, something like that. Medical grade sensors are pricey. Yes. A lot of the stuff at CES, because it's a prototype and they've only made one or two, like there's only 2 in existence in the world, like that prototype is worth millions of dollars. And a lot of the companies have no idea if it got made into a consumer mass-produced version, what the price point would be. Some of them do. Some of them don't. And yeah, that's true. When it comes to medical grade sensors and something storing that much of your private health information, then we get into the legal issues of how is that information being stored? Let's talk privacy. Like, all of that has to come into it before the thing comes to market. But for me, CES is less about how do we actually get it to market and more about, like, what did you dream up that you made a working model of? I would like to see it actually work, please. Thank you. Oh, I'm not 100% Joker Joe. Joker Joe, thank you, by the way, for all the things you sent to the P.O. Box. If you didn't see Thursday's stream, we opened everything on stream on Thursday, so make sure you check that VOD, and thank you again. Logan's over the moon. Forlorn Knight says it's kind of like a grown-up tech science fair. You know what? That's a perfect way to describe it. Especially the event I'm going to tonight, and the event that I'm going to tomorrow night are exactly a grown-up tech science fair. Like, they'll just be tables and tables and tables of people showing the things that they've made, and I'm legit just gonna like walk up and down the booths going, nope, ooh, what's this? Tell me more about this. Okay, cool. Do you mind if I film a little thing on that? Hey, blah 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 blah. Thank you. Nope, yes. Like, I'm just gonna go through and pick up the stuff that's cool. So yes, I get a media first look tonight for some of the products, and a media first look again at a different event tomorrow night. So I'm going to try to film like a bunch of YouTube shorts and get a bunch of footage to put together like a big coolest things I saw at CES video for YouTube or something like that. And then for my PC builders, I'm going to do a PC focused video that's going to be a booth tour of Lexar's booth, because they were kind enough to partner with me. That's mostly what is funding my CES trip this year. Thank you in advance, Lexar. So I'm going to have some content going out that's Lexar specific, which Lexar, if you watch my Amazon streams, you might know them. They do a lot of memory and storage. So I'll be covering a lot of that. Yes, it's basically Tech Plus. St. Clair's right. A lot of stuff gets mixed in. Innovations in general. But yeah, an event tonight. And then tomorrow morning, I have a meeting, and then another early booth tour at TCL, so I'll keep my eyes peeled for those of you in the TV market to see what's going on there. I'm flying to Vegas, comp sci dude. And then after that, there's another media preview event tomorrow night. And then Tuesday, this is going to be my biggest day. Tuesday morning, I have to be hair and makeup ready and on the show floor at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yep, 3 o'clock in the morning. That's where I'm like, please just let my voice make it through that. So I have to be hair and makeup ready and on the floor at 3 a.m. because I'll be doing a bunch of national news spots and radio spots, and the morning news on the East Coast starts at 6 a.m., which is 3 a.m. in Las Vegas. So there it is. So when those people are like, yeah, I know, CP Falcon. So that's if I wasn't sick. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say sick because I'm not still sick, but if my voice wasn't where it is, and I was younger, I would probably just stay up all night. But I can't do that now. So the media event I go to Monday night, I'm going to leave early so I can get back to my room and at least try to get like 3 hours of sleep. If I can get like 3 hours of sleep and then wake up, get hair and makeup ready, and travel to the convention to be on the show floor by 3. Then I'm working 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. filming, and that will be all live news hits. So that'll be a bunch of like, if you're watching your local news, local morning news, and the anchors are like, and CES is going on right now in Las Vegas, and we actually have Trisha live on the show floor. Trisha, tell us what you're seeing at CES this year. Then they'll go to me live on the show floor, and I say, thanks, Bob, or whatever the anchor's name is for that news station. Let me tell you what's cool at CES this year. Talkie. And then I go, back to you. And then we're done with that news channel. And then my producer says, you've got 2 minutes until you're on with Angela in Wichita. And I go, okay. Thanks, Angela. And I do the same spiel. Here's what's cool at CES this year. Back to you. And then I have a few minutes before I do it again. And I do that over and over and over and over and over from 3 a.m. till 10 a.m. And then as everybody else I know is just waking up probably at 10 a.m., I've already worked a full day. Yep, wash, rinse, repeat until you lose a bit of your sanity. So Tuesday morning is the thing I'm most worried about my voice for, honestly. I just need my voice to last through that. And then at 10 a.m., I have an hour to get to my next appointment, which is going to be filming at Lexar. So I also need my voice to film the video for Lexar. And at least you can get drinks 24/7. And I'm going to be drinking water. That's going to be me pounding water this entire week. So yeah, then I have an hour to film at Lexar and make some cool content for them. And then after that, I'm going to sit down with my good buddy Martin Wong, who I don't know if any of you follow his work or his channel. He's wonderful, and he's helping me shoot the Lexar video and edit the Lexar video. because I will probably be mentally fried at that point. So after we film at Lexar, I think the plan is Martin and I are just going to go get lunch somewhere and hole up in a cafe and like edit and figure out content. And maybe I'll nap. Maybe I'll go back to my hotel room and nap because... And then I have stuff Tuesday night I have to do, but at least the afternoon. I didn't schedule myself. Last year at CES, I was like, go, 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 with no time to do anything. In fact, I double booked myself at times last year. This year, I'm not doing that. Thank goodness. I'm taking better care of myself. I'm allowing time in between my appointments, which the bummer about that is I'm not going to get to see as much. I'm one person. Like, whole teams can't cover all of CES. And in previous years, I've tried to cover as much as possible as one person. And this year, I'm like, nope, not going to do it. Because I will get really sick. More so if I try to do that this year. So I have less of a full dance card this year. But I do have, I left my last day that I'm going to be there really open so that if I start seeing something really get a lot of press early in the show that I haven't seen yet, I can use my last day to try to see if I can go see that thing there. Silver, thank you for the posture check. The World Buffets in Vegas are a good area to spend a bunch of time editing and doing business meetings. I didn't even think of that. That's a great idea, though. Mr. New Arctic Alley, that's a great idea. I haven't even thought about restaurants. Honestly, at CES, Compsci dude, I never think of it as like a fun CES, like a fun Vegas trip. It's a survive Vegas trip. So anytime I can just go back to my hotel room and like order room service and eat by myself in the quiet is like very valued, wonderful time at CES for me. So, I mean, the restaurants, as wonderful as they are, they're very loud. It's in the smoke-filled casino. There's a lot. It's like overstimulation, a lot of overstimulation. So I just go back to my room, play video games on my laptop, sit in the bathtub, order room service. That's what a lot of my, if I'm lucky, that's what a lot of CES says. Iredell says it's not fun for anyone working in CES. But I mean, seeing the tech is fun, right? But I'm really trying to be good about self-care too. Like work, but also take care of yourself. Room service is insanely expensive. $30 for a burger and fries for room service actually doesn't sound bad to me, Rob. Like, I feel like it would be $30 for the burger and fries, plus an extra $18 like delivery fee, plus 10 or $15 in taxes. So like plus you have to tip the person. So like total it would be like $60 for that room service. That's what I feel like. And a bunch of people are saying, why don't you just like DoorDash or Instacart then? You can totally do that. And I'm going to try to be much better about that. Like instead of going to the hotel gift shop to buy a bottle of water for $20, I could probably just Instacart a couple bottles of water. Usually, Mr. New Arctic Alley at CES, we see some self-driving cars, and a lot of times people are offered free rides in the self-driving cars at CES, just so people can show off their tech. I do have one car demo. One smart car demo that I'm going to see. Iredell, it doesn't really work like that. It's not really like a comps you for food. If I was hosting for Lexar while I was there, like if I was doing on-camera hosting for Lexar the whole time, that would be more like that. But in terms of me creating content for them, I'm just contracted to create content for them. So I'm still an independent contractor. So I'm not really like it's not really an employee thing. It's like a business to business contract, if you will. The press room does have free food sometimes, I think. I think you can get like bagels and coffee in the CES press rooms in the morning, if I remember correctly. excuse my nose blowing into my Vicks tissues. They're so funny. It's so silly. It's so silly. All right. I said we were going to pick up with Slay the... I keep wanting to say Slay the Spire because I played so many hours of Slay the Spire. I said I was going to pick up with Slay the Princess right where we left off. I thought we're like about to beat the game, but someone in chat was like, no, you still have a while left. But I think I finally figured out in Slay the Princess how to leave with the princess. I think I finally figured it out, and we're about to do that. Like, we're about to open the door. And I was like, yes, I'm going to finally beat the game. And then someone was like, no, you still got a ways to go. So we'll see what happens. But yes, the media rooms, you're correct. The media rooms usually have bottles of water and stuff like that. So we left last stream in Slay the Princess on quite the cliffhanger. And apparently additional Slay the Princess content is coming this year. That's cool, Odyssey Dave. I didn't know that. The world will probably end again because that's what happens every time. But you know what? I'm excited to see what happens next. Bye, CompSci Dude. Thank you so much for your well wishes for CES. Yeah, if anyone's interested in the CES content, I'm going to post it on my YouTube channel for sure. Both YouTube Shorts. I'll probably post, my plan is to post like Shorts content on probably YouTube Shorts and TikTok more quickly, like as I see things, post them in Shorts. And then Jen is amazing. Jen is going to be helping me out. I'm going to send Jen all that footage, and Jen is going to try to put it together to make fun YouTube content that's long form out of it, so that I can just keep filming and resting and filming and resting. So Jen's going to be editing stuff for YouTube, and thank you, Jen, for being amazing again. Yes, guy in the chair. Exactly. And then Martin's going to take care of the Lexar video, so that's going to happen. And yeah, I mean, we'll see what else happens. I'll try to take pictures for Instagram, but it's a lot of content to put out. But we'll do the best we can as a team. Go team. Mal SJ, thank you for the watch streak as well. Okay, so here we go. If you have not seen Slay the Princess before, this is a very kind of Doki Doki Literature Club almost level of meta. Very strange. It was written by, developed by a two-person team, a husband and wife development team. We covered it on Gong Show. We played it again. It was a game on request that won the Spin Wheel 1 month. So we're playing it again. And where we left off last time, like I said, I think I'm about to beat the game. Code Monkey says, what did the princess ever do to you? Okay, so the premise, if you haven't seen it, is this. You show up in a forest, kind of like a point-and-click adventure, and there's a narrator. And the narrator's like, hey, man, you got to go kill this princess. It's going to be real easy. You're just going to pick up the knife and kill the princess. And you have all these dialogue options you can say back. And so naturally, we're like, but why? What'd she do? And he's like, well, you got to kill the princess or she's going to end the world. Okay. Do you have proof of that? No. You just got to trust me. Okay. So fast forward. You meet the princess. There's many different scenarios that could happen. Sometimes the princess is mean. Sometimes the princess is nice. But either way, it seems like no matter what you choose, something awful happens and the world ends. And then time loops. Like the world ends and you start over. Or you die and you start over. And so then you take the knowledge of what happened before and take that into the next run, into the next run, into the next run. And every time you go into a new run, there's a new voice in your head. So there's the narrator. But there's also like the voice of the hero, which is you. And then there's like a paranoid voice sometimes, or like there's all different voices, and they're all debating what you should do. Should you slay the princess? How should you slay the princess? But you still get to make the final decisions. So yeah, princess is sus, narrator's sus, the whole situation is sus. And somehow the world always ends and we die. So we're trying to figure it out. Mr. New Arctic Alley said, I will say there are ways to replay the segment based on choices that don't actually progress the story. And I've done that a couple times so far. Got it. I put how long to beat Slay the Princess. And on how long to beat, it said that it was roughly like 3 hours. And I'm like, all right, I'm already 4 hours in. And I don't know if I'm even close. Because who knows? Who knows? But it is a horror game. It's very disturbing. Just giving that warning now. Before we go in, here's the other warning. It's a horror game. There's no like jump scares. It's just, but it's also a love story. Weirdly enough. It's a horror game and also a love story. So we're gonna load the game right where we left off, where the princess and I were about to escape together. Instead of slaying her, I helped free her. She actually trusted me this time. Here we go. You and the princess hesitated at the cabin door. This is your last chance.
We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Okay, step into your freedom is my choice.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
The narrator only wants us to slay the princess. Any other choice, the narrator's like, you're the freaking worst.
What do we do now?
I don't know. What do we do now? Oh, look. See this stuff on the edges? That's the world ending. By the way, the world is ending.
You have returned.
Squirrel Kisser, welcome back.
Where's everything going?
Where's everything going? Not the right ending.
Why is it so cold?
And then she turns into a weird hand monster when the world ends, and we talk to her, but it's not really her, and it also might not really be us. And this mirror is very bizarrely related to us. Mirror time. So when we die, the mirror breaks. And also anytime that we can see our own hand or arm, it's like some kind of creature arm. It's not human.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? There's that mirror. Why is it here? Why now?
So we can either say to the hero, of course you're scared, this is the end for you, but not for me. And that's very meta, that's me saying that to the hero. You always get scared. Now, before I've just approached the mirror, let's say it's the end for you, but not for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. You better watch your back. You can't get rid of me that easy. Do it then. End us all before I die of a broken heart.
Approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. See our hand? Not human. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. So the voices go away. That's what we look like. You've unraveled. You kind of look like a tree. I don't know. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. So now we're kind of in the world where we would go to the cabin to slay the princess, but we're also not in the world. We're in like the upside down, if you will, for lack of a better term. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want to tell me? There's trees and stars, and there are people, I think. At least they're supposed to be people. Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think we're real? Do you have thoughts on this vessel? That's the foreign princess. Do you know what's going to happen when you waken? When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one? Oh, that's a good question.
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
Maybe. He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does. And when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. He does. And when I find him, I'm going to kill him. Or he does, but you're going to keep that to yourself. Huh. I'm going to say we're going to finally have answers. Emperor Keelich, welcome back.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
She's always super cryptic here. It's very trippy, Joker Joe. Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
Let's say there's trees and stars and people, I think.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
So me and her are immortal. Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
Attacking the entity is something we haven't done yet. I do feel like this entity is like somehow another parallel with us or something. Do you think we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
I guess I'm ready to go back. When we ask how many more vessels, she never gives us an answer.
One.
Oh, just
Whatever you bring
she
me
did.
next will be enough. And then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
Okay. If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Interestingly, it gives me an option that says, J. Rodimus says, bring her a pizza. Interestingly here, there's an option that I just want to say I don't want to go back. I'm just going to stay here. Let's see what happens if we say that.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
There is no waiting forever. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
See, the mirror always breaks when we die. Are we a mirror? Are we... so I've thought this before. Are we like a magical mirror that she talks to? We're another part of her, maybe? Now we start all over.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Oh, that's true. Then why the dragon arms?
you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, these are the options we normally get. Let's see if there's any that are different. These are all what we've seen before. Let's just try saying the end of the world. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Alright, let's just go to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
No other voices this time yet, but I guess it's chapter 1. We usually get other voices in chapter 2. And
The
mirror
interior of
usually
the
appears
cabin
in
is
chapter
almost
2.
entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I don't want to take the blade.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
So, when we take the blade, her voice is very, kind of evil. And when we don't take the blade, she's very kind. So we're gonna not take the blade this time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy, her voice softly
Hello? Is someone there?
See, she's nice because we didn't take the blade.
hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
We could say hi, just checking in on you. I'm here to save you. Hey, I think I'm here to slay you. Or continue down the stairs. Let's say, I think I'm here to slay you, maybe? Like, if we say it as a question and we're nice about it, maybe we can have a conversation.
You must have the wrong address.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What's your name? She never really has a name when we ask, but we could try again.
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
So Princess is your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Yeah, this part's always super sus.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up here for a reason. I wasn't kidding when I said I was sent here to kill you. You're apparently going to end the world. If I'm the first person you've seen, what have you been eating or drinking? We asked her that before. She had no answer for it, which was sus. What are you gonna do if I let you out of here? She never knows. I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. What if I just stayed here for a while and kept you company? Maybe then everyone could be happy. We could try that. I can't trust you. This doesn't add up. Or just go back upstairs and get the blade. Let's try. Maybe we just hang out here.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
So you weren't kidding on the stairs. I thought you were just making a bad joke. You were actually sent here to kill me?
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Uh-huh.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Oh, the only thing I can do now is retrieve the blade.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Uh-oh.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm.
This
its
is
cooling
new.
flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
The room got bigger? Hello? I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we can start over? Hello?
Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Okay, the only thing I can do is let's finish this.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Close the door behind you.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Like a boss room. Investigate the arm. Come on out, let's just get this over with. Or I'll wait. Let's investigate the arm.
You step forward to investigate the severed limb.
Hi, Wu-Tang Tea.
Returned.
A trail of blood leads from its jagged stump into a dark corner of the basement. And then you hear the quiet patter of feet against the floor, and there's suddenly a weight on your shoulders. The princess tears into you.
Whoops.
Her teeth and claws are unnaturally sharp, ripping into your shoulders,
Yeah, she's some
digging
kind of
into your
cat
throat.
thing.
You fall to the ground, the princess eagerly tearing at your flesh.
We've seen her as a cat thing before.
The ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense, lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
And now we should be in chapter 2. So this is chapter 2, The Beast. Have we done The Beast before? I think this is the one where she's a cat.
In the woods, And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Estromel, we did escape through the vines, and we went out, and the world still ended, and now we started a new loop.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, we can tell him this happened before. She's going to kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think if he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here.
Voice of the Hunted is new.
You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
Why should I bother listening to you?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Dante, I want to find love. We did find love the last loop, and it didn't work. This time they didn't let me. I think chapter 1 always has to end in killing.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did our best with the information we were given, and yet you still died, didn't you? So, great, congratulations, you've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess and now everyone's right back where they started. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back. If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily?
No,
All
the
more
world ended,
reason
we
to keep
think.
our wits about us. Should we even return to the cabin? We could find a safe little hole somewhere instead. You have to go to the cabin. If you don't slay the princess, she's going to end the world, which you're always going to be a part of, even if you're cowering in a hole. There's no escaping your responsibility here.
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
She killed me. Okay, if she's just a princess, why was she about to rip me apart with her bare hands? Or who locked her in that basement? What is this place? Both are good.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Sus.
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
You're being cagey.
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, you're afraid, aren't you? Just like us.
Oh, that's interesting.
Of course I'm afraid. Fear is an extremely normal thing to feel when the fate of the entire world is at stake. But that's not the only thing you're afraid of. You're scared of something worse. Stop projecting your neuroses onto me and just get to the cabin already.
Alright, that's
Great.
all.
Now, if you don't...
Proceed to the cabin. We tried just turning around and leaving before and it just loops us.
warning. Before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature?
Interesting that he called her a cat in this metaphor.
I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Proceed to the cabin. So far, we can't kill the narrator.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Now, the narrator never sees the mirror. He says it's not really there. We're the only ones who see it. The cabin is different than last time. There weren't windows before.
Very different. I wonder why. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous part, so focus up. A lot's riding on this.
No, less Selena Kyle and more like Felicia from the Darkstalkers games. We're gonna enter the basement, no blade again. Well, we always approach the mirror and nothing happens. Let's leave it there. Let's just leave it there. Enter
No
the
steel
basement.
claw. Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk. I guess we'll just have to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient. Or maybe you carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
Oh, she's right here. She's this beast.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
Oh, this is definitely different than last time.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Where? Don't you hear that clinking? She's in chains again? No, it looks like the chains are broken. You're about to attack me, aren't you? I can see right through you. We don't have to kill each other. You know that, right? Or move. Let's say you're about to attack me, aren't you?
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous, the princess, lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark and caustic place.
Whoa.
A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
You spoke when you needed to act.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
That might have actually worked.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here?
Maybe.
Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. We don't have steel, but we have tooth and claw. Tear through her before we are her.
No. Can you talk to the cabin? You could have asked me before swallowing me alive. I have my steel claw. I could use it to hurt you. We don't have the steel claw. We didn't bring it down the stairs. Did we somehow get it? Fine, you can leave. You can leave. Just let me go. Or wait for death. Can you talk to the cabin?
I understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
You could have asked me before swallowing me alive.
I acted on my will, fledgling, and you acted on yours. The strong triumph, and the weak submit or perish.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
Okay. We have to tell her, you can leave. You need me to want to free you, don't you? You can't force me to let you out of here. Let's say that.
Every creature craves freedom. You will too before you die.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to
I want her
slop
to just
from
leave
raw
with me
muscle,
alive
and you
inside
hear
her.
what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door.
The cage is still...
I don't think we can talk. We are drowning.
Okay. Fine, you can just leave.
Oh, can I?
The click of what you presume to be a door ripples through the layers of suffocating flesh.
That wasn't so hard.
You feel her take another massive step, and then another, and then...
Now the world's gonna end.
And then... It's gone quiet, hasn't it?
You can feel a churning in the forms around you, and then a wet tunneling before you're ejected into a place that is nowhere at all.
I guess I don't need you to be a part
Whoa.
of me. How lucky for you.
That is a look, princess.
This place is cold.
Memory
She's gone.
returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why?
Approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. That thing reeks of death.
Gaze into your reflection. Nothing. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection. Is that a bird? Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
The narrator's a raven? A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Okay. Alright, we've got a lot of questions. And I'm going to leave it here because I really need a bio break. I've done a really great job of hydrating, and now I need a quick break. So think on what we should do, what we should say to the narrator who's maybe a bird. And I'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right, everyone, we're back. We're finally going to meet the narrator. I'm excited. Should I be terrified? I'm kind of excited and terrified. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Boys, thank you for the resub.
Returned.
Happy 2024 to all of us, indeed. Okay. So you're the narrator. What are you? Are you like me? If you're not me, what are you? I have so many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away? Or stop asking you questions? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. Are you a part of me or something else? You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why? I've met you many times. Have you been the same you all along? I wasn't supposed to see this, was I? What is this place? What are we? Or destroy the mirror? Let's just say so you're the narrator.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Oh boy. If you're not me, then what are you?
I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Oh no, I only get so many questions. Let's choose wisely. Has every narrator really been different? Don't waste it on I have so many questions. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off? If you made me, then what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
I'm the long quiet. Huh. So is she death then? To rid the world of death, she's got to be death. I'm pretty sure death is good, actually, important even. Why would you want to rid the world of death? What is the princess? Did you make her too? No, she's definite. I think she's deaf, but let's ask that.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
Wait, what? So she had to die because you can't handle change?
So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
If you made us, then I want you to know that this has been torture. If I destroy her, won't I be alone? Do you have anything to say for yourself for all of this hubris? After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live? Do you know that things won't just be worse if I destroy her? What would it be like to live in a world without her? That's a good question. Does anyone else know about this? Does anyone else know about us? I don't want to be a god. I want to be me. A god, I always knew I was special. Others like you. You've said something like that before. Has every narrator been different? Why couldn't you have told me all of this from the start? I would have helped you destroy her. I don't know about that. She's capable of becoming whatever people believe her to be. Can't I just will her into something small? Interesting. Are you a god, or were you a god? How did you die? How did you die is interesting. Why did you make her a princess? How am I supposed to destroy an abstract concept? All of these are so good. Man, so many questions. I don't know which one. Yeah, why did you make her a princess?
I didn't make her a princess, but I wove the idea of her into something your scattered mind could fathom. You chose for that something to be a princess.
If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will, but it will all be worth it.
How do you, do you know that things won't just be worse off if I destroy her? What would it be like to live in a world without her?
Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life, forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
And then how do you know? So I have to be alone forever for the world to seemingly be happy. But, how do we know?
You have returned.
Yeah, it doesn't sound great. Fun-loving criminal, welcome back. I don't want to be a god, I want to be me. I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. No. Dante says basically she causes the end of the universe and its rebirth over and over, and this guy wants that cycle to end in the current world and its people to live forever. Kind of sounds like that. How am I supposed to destroy an abstract concept?
With some amount of difficulty, but you're an abstract concept yourself. It would have been preferable if you had destroyed her within the confines of the construct, but when I shaped the two of you, I made sure that you were strong enough to see things through.
Okay. I mean, again, why couldn't you have just told me all this from the start?
If you actually knew what she was from the start, if you knew her capabilities, a single intrusive thought could have instantly ended the entire world.
Like if I thought she's a world-ending god and then she became a world-ending god. How do you know things won't be worse if I destroy her? Honestly, but let's see. I think that's going to be it, but let's look and see. Doesn't telling me this now mean that an intrusive thought could still end the world? I don't know. You've called this place a construct. What is it supposed to do? Or also, why would you want to rid the world of death? Let's ask that.
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
We get one more. I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good. So mean. I think you're out of time. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. Or lie and say rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all of this. Say nothing and watch him end. Let's just say I think you're out of time.
So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
I am the long quiet. All of this is me. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive, there's no final vessel. There's nothing for you to find. Oh. Did she devour me? No.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means, or what happens now. Let's just say I've missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. Do you know about the echo?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories we left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is it all falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led me to this moment? That's my favorite so far. There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me destroying you or letting you out. I told you what was going to happen when we reached this point, and then slay her? Or slay her and not say anything. I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go. If you were always going to become this, what was the point of me doing anything?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it.
What is happening? Alberac says save. I guess I could save here. Saving it. Alright.
Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Wait, what? Oh.
You are devoured. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. Within, you are tightly bound and choke on heavy air as acid burns its way into your pores. A nest of things devouring within things devouring. But even when dissolved, you gifted me a life. Perhaps it was fear that drove you. Perhaps it was compassion. But the outcome of an act matters more than its intentions. There is a natural order to the cycle of things sustaining things. A world without sustenance is a world without relationships. And it is our relationships that give us form and substance.
Ma'am, I'm so confused. I was gonna say let's leave together. You're right. Without desire, we have no need for relationships. We would all be alone. Without desire, we have no need for relationships. We would be alone. But if we had no desires, would being alone be so bad? You cannot use eating me to prove that you're right. But my intentions do matter. I only freed you to save myself. Or I won't engage with violence. Let's just say you cannot use eating me to prove that you're right.
You still cling to the horror of dying bodies that rot worlds apart from us. How many more vessels would you need to lose before you realize their irrelevance? A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust.
We did do the thorns.
When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
If I had known what you really were, I wouldn't have been so quick to free you. Of course I helped you. I didn't want us to hate each other. I won't engage with violence. I get it. There's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with you. I just don't know how. Stop the fight early and surrender. I didn't want us to hate each other.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation. To question everything is to deny proof of the reality that lies in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you did not live alone. You found me, And we held trust in each other for no reason than to believe in something that wasn't us. Cold skepticism turned to liberation, but it required a journey to blossom. Though you have blossomed, do you have no more journeys left to make? What of those in the spaces beyond? Would you erase the path ahead to hold everyone still?
Dante said, did you create more yikes vessels than good? I mean, a lot of them were yikes. There was only, what's yikes versus good, I guess. She cut off her own head, okay? I don't want to keep anyone still. What does the path matter if it always ends? I don't want to keep anyone still.
Nor should you. Nor should I. Our purpose is to be and to experience. And their purpose is the same.
So it seems to me like she is change, for better or for worse. And I am the constant. So this is... Do we want things to constantly change moving forward, or do we want everything to stay the same moving forward?
A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers, cold as the grave, dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they do not return it. I offer you a path to your redemption, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was you to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
But without redemption, there can be no sin. Ooh. Let's say that.
And without contrast, there can be nothing at all. Your liquor has escaped into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me, and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
I was blinded by emotion, we both know that. I want that feeling back. That feeling never left me. Let's say that feeling never left me. Mails from It's Wild.
Then there's no need for you to fight like we are. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together. Hand in loving hand.
I'm ready, I want to leave with you. Or I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective. I don't like that the word is surrender. I do want to leave with her, but I want to make sure we're like on equal footing. She's not just in charge. So let's say I won't leave with you until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? I'm ready to go. How do we leave? I never wanted to fight you. How do we leave? I can't let that happen. I can't let everything die. I have to fight for a better world, slay the princess. You are cruelty itself, and I cannot let you exist. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. We're gonna say this.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
My voices are coming back. Which hero are you? You have no idea how good it is to hear you. I can do this alone. Where's everyone else? How are you supposed to help? I thought voices weren't allowed here. I thought you died when I looked in the mirror. Which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
How are you supposed to help?
She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all that divine confidence. I can help. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready? No. I can do this out here on my own or say nothing. I'm ready.
Then let's go.
What?
Don't think any of the others have forgotten what you said at the mirror. They all talked, and they're not happy. But we can discuss that later. We have a job to do. Do you need me to describe things?
No, is it really just you and me?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Enter the basement. I'm not going to take the blade.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
Okay, you're right. Look, she's all outside.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
There you are. You look just like you did when we first met. Let's talk for a bit. Maybe we can figure this out.
That's what I'm hoping. Sit with her. I don't want to be a god. Are you the same as you are out there? What if we just leave? I think the only thing left for us to do is leave. I don't want to be a god.
I don't think I want that either.
Are you the same as you are out there?
I don't feel the same. I feel smaller.
Okay, well, my only options are what if we just leave? And I think the only thing left for us to do is just leave. Let's say, what if we just leave?
Can we actually do that? What would that even mean? Where would we go?
I've always wanted to leave with you, but I didn't like being a god. I want to just walk through that cabin door as we are, just you and me. Not knowing what it means is why I want it. We knew everything out there, but we don't know this. I want to know something new. It doesn't matter what it means. What matters is that we're leaving together. I don't know where we go, but as long as it's not here, and as long as I'm with you, that's all I want. STS, you like option 2? Take her hand. I want to say something. I think I like the not knowing what it means is why I want it. We knew everything out there, but we don't know this. I want to know something new. Or maybe just go with together. It doesn't matter what it means. What matters is that we're leaving together. You guys are saying number 2 would be, I've always wanted to leave with you, but I didn't like being a god. I want to walk through the cabin door as we are, just you and me. That's the one you all like? If that's the one everybody likes, we'll go with that one. Bigger on the inside says yes. Okay, we'll try it.
I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Are you going to be okay alone? Thanks for everything. Are you sure you don't want to come? Thanks for everything.
Don't mention it. Thanks for making all the hard choices along the way.
Leave with the princess. You lead and the princess follows, and together you leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there's an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see attention seize her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside. You follow her confident steps.
Come on, princess. It's just a door. Sorry, I'm just a little nervous. This is really it. Whatever happens next will be completely new.
We could say, I love you. Who's going to open it? Are you ready? Neither of us knows what it's going to be like out there, or just open the door. I think it's a love story. They've said from the beginning this is a love story. I think we say I love you. Going for it.
I love you too.
That's the end. We don't know what happens. Whatever it is, you'll face it together. So Tony and Abby Howard are who made it. Now I'm so curious what all the other endings are. Thanks to all the alpha testers. Thanks to their pets. Oh, they have an axolotl. Thank you for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. Cool. That's so nice. Matt says, I think this ending is the best ending. Oh, wait, look at this. And then you can choose to join the Discord, join the mailing list, join the subreddit, all just as the text options in the game. That's really cute. That's really cute. Well done. Well done. And actually, we finished perfectly on time because this is the time that I have to go to get myself to the airport so that I can go to CES. So it's perfect. Pale Guy Tony, welcome. Thank you for being on this very strange journey of Slay the Princess with me. It was wild. When are we going to make grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup? That sounds delightful. Dante says, at least you got the happy ending that changes nothing. It does, apparently. I can't wait to look up the other endings. I will not be gambling the house away. Don't worry. I'll be looking for sweet new tech that I can show to all of you. So pay attention to the YouTube channel. If you're on TikTok, I'll be posting there. If you are on Instagram, I'll be posting some stuff there, but Instagram being more visual and me not really liking Reels so much, I'll probably put most of my video content on TikTok and YouTube Shorts if you're looking for video content, and then I'll be doing long form YouTube content as well, and it should be really fun. So the next time I will be back streaming live is my next week's Sunday stream, or maybe on Friday if I get home from CES and still have any kind of voice. However, I'm guessing I'm going to get home from CES on Friday and just sleep for 2 days straight. Thank you, everybody, so much for being amazing. Please know how much I appreciate you watching my streams and playing games with me. It's always my absolute favorite, so thank you. And whatever you decide to do with the rest of your weekend, stay safe, stay healthy, be kind to one another, and I will see you soon. I'll set up a raid in the goodbye screen. Bye, everyone. See you on Discord. Bye.